Hello everybody, welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I'll be reading your cards today. So the spread that I'm going to do is you and them. On this side we will have you, on this side we will have them, or they can be switched, the energies, take whatever resonates for you. And then in the middle we'll see the nature of the connection, and at the bottom we'll see the outcome. And along the way we can clarify some cards. I may or may not clarify all of them, but we'll go ahead and just get into the reading. I'll be doing this by zodiac sign, and so the very first group of signs we'll be doing will be water signs. Okay. Cancer. What do we have for Cancer? What's going on with Cancer's person? What's going on between Cancer and their person? For Cancers. Okay, Cancer, it looks like on your side there's the Eight of Wands, Ten of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the Justice card. So it looks like right now you're wanting to communicate, and within the relationship here, you have on this line, you have the Ten of Cups. So you're feeling really good about this connection. And this is what you're bringing to the relationship, and this is what they're bringing to the relationship. Again, feel free to switch it. The roles can be reversed, but this is what you're bringing, this is what they're bringing, and this is the nature of the relationship right now as it stands, and this is the outcome. So right now, it looks as though you are really, this is very fulfilling to you. You absolutely enjoy this person. You feel very happy with them. You celebrate with them. You feel very fulfilled by this connection to a degree. And I say to a degree because of what else I see in this side. So there's an emphasis on communication. I think that you really want to communicate how you feel, and what you're thinking, and maybe what you want to do, how you want to move this connection forward. But with the Queen of Swords here, you're being very strategic about it, and you're being very discerning about that. Because a part that's very important for you is wanting to make sure that things are fair and balanced. Like right now, the major energy in this is justice. And so with that, what that tells me is that you don't want to invest any more than what you're already getting back. It's like, here you are in your energy, and you know what it's like to, because of past situations, just your life experience, you know what it's like to give too much. You also know what it's like to give too little. So you're really in the focus right now of matching the energy to a degree, not so much to where you're going to abandon yourself and not feel how you feel and do something inauthentic, but you're basically not showing all your cards in your hand right now. And not matching energy in a way as being in some sort of codependent situation where you're gonna navigate, but you're just in yourself, sitting in your power, because the Queen of Swords, any queen really, is fully sitting in their power. So that's good energy, whichever queen you get, right? So you're basically paying attention, being discerning, being open, but also being there and not wanting to push and not wanting to pull, and just wanting things to be fair and balanced. Okay, you're taking a balanced approach with this relationship that feels really good to you. There's a part of you that really wants to communicate that, or communicate whatever it is that's on your mind. You know, because in the Queen of Swords energy, it's more of a mind energy. But with the Ten of Cups, you're definitely very much in your heart as well. Okay, but you're wanting to take a balanced approach here. I get the sense that you also don't want to like scare this person off. Like, since the Ten of Cups is here, and this is like, this feels really good to you, you're like, okay, like I don't want to, like I just kind of Goldilocks the situation a little bit. On their side, they have the Seven of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. A little bit more of a guarded energy. And so that makes sense to me that you would want to kind of stay observant about how you feel, but also respecting and observing how your counterpart feels. Okay. So there's boundaries here. You know, what they're bringing to the relationship, they're bringing a sense of having their guard up a little bit, but yet the Seven of Wands comes after the Six of Wands, and in the Six of Wands, that's like a homecoming energy, like the soldier coming back home from battle and getting a lot of attention, right? And so after this attention is garnered, there's the Seven of Wands. And so the Seven of Wands is like, oh, okay, everybody, you know, thanks for all the praise and adoration, but you know, I'm gonna climb this mountain on my own, and I get like as I'm looking at this, I get this kind of like I don't need anybody kind of feeling, because they're on the mountain by themselves, you know, like they've attained some sort of victory, and this is like setting good boundaries. Like they're really wanting to be mindful of setting strong and mindful boundaries for themselves. and yet they're waiting for something, and they're also at the precipice of something, some sort of some sort of transition, some sort of gateway, and some sort of integration. So the thing is that, and that energy, the three of wands, comes in the nature, like kind of what is currently going on. It's like between you two, okay? And on your side, you're like, I'm here, I'm open. And then it's the 10 of Cups, you know? And then on your person's side, they're like, well, let's just wait and see. I'm not too sure what I want to do yet. I'm like kind of waiting for my ships to come in. But yet the thing is with the 3, it's an integration. The 2 of Wands is like, okay, what do I decide? And then the 3 of Wands is like, okay, I feel like I'm almost there and deciding, and I'm kind of waiting for the universe to give me a sign, or I'm waiting for something. They might not even know what they're waiting for, but I'll get to the main card in the middle here. And then underneath that, you have the 8 of Cups. So the 8 of Cups is walking away from something that doesn't serve them anymore. So that's you know, it's pretty straightforward energy. However, with regard to the cards around it, and then down here you have the 8 of Pentacles, like this person is really good at whatever they do, like their work. They're trying to gain some sense of mastery right now, okay? And this could possibly be mastery over themselves and their emotions, because what we have wand energy, which is like the sense of self, and then we have some cups energy, which is emotions, psychology, psyche. I feel like this person is still in it to win it, right? But it looks to me like they're waiting for the right time, because they need to walk away. And I can clarify some of these too. They're trying to master something. I'm imagining, so what's coming up for me is that they're trying to master, they're trying to work on themselves. You know, integrating their sense of self and their emotions. And I feel like they're realizing that they need to walk away from some old pattern of behavior, because that old pattern of behavior may have really helped them, you know, climb the mountain. But the thing is that it was never really it was a very hard won battle, you know, in any kind of route they took. So I get the sense that this person is working on, like, well, how do I balance my emotional energies out with my drive energies? In order to integrate here. And not necessarily integrating with anybody else, but like integrating with themselves. Like in this 8 of Cups card, you see this person looking at the table and like taking stock and being like, okay, well, what isn't serving me anymore? You know, what do I need to let go of in order to master my sense of self in a balanced way, right? Because these energies are connected here too. And right in the middle of that, we have the Hermit. So that really says a lot, and I'll get back to that. So right here in the connection, there's the 2 of Swords. Now the 2 of Swords can feel like a stalemate energy, like somebody's really in their head about it. I'm getting the sense that it's this person on this side, because this person, what they're bringing to the relationship is like, here I am, here we are, here it is, you know. And it's like, yay, like sunshine and rainbows and the whole thing, you know. And this is queen energy too. So queens, it's like they've gone through this process, you know. And we see numbers also in the minor arcana. We have an 8, and then we have a 10, where here we have, you know, 3 and then 7. But yeah, it's, and then there's a major arcana on this side. So I feel like this person over here is a lot more self-aware. You know, they may have done the work in the past about like who they are, what they want, where they're going, and really like, and with the justice energy is like being mindful of the self, but also being mindful of others. You know, wanting to bring balance into any situation that they're in, not wanting to overpower, not wanting to underpower. And so with this person, looks like maybe they have gone through a lot of journey, like they have gone through a lot of battles in their life, but that could have been with external energies. It was like kind of them against other things. And I don't want it to make it sound like they've always been in battle mode, but like, you know, like life could have been like a series of accomplishments or a series of conquests or a series of tasks or goals. That's like, okay, there it is, bing, bang, boom. I'm really good at like setting up the pins and knocking them down. And like, there's a practicality about this energy that has been in the driver's seat probably for their whole lives, you know. But seeing as that they're connected to you and you have this queen energy, they might be looking at you and being like, well, I gotta step up. You know, like I gotta step up. Like, what do I need to let go of? What do I need to change? What do I need to work on? And I'm totally invested in doing that. And I'm also kind of wondering if this is the right person for me. You know, they may see you and be like, because whenever I see like the 3 of Wands pop up in a relationship reading, kind of in this energy, it's like, I feel as though they're waiting to get themselves into a better place in order to take on this queen energy and to really come together with this queen energy in a fair and balanced way, because they can see in you that, or you can see in them, but they can see in you how you do life and approach life, and they really admire that. And, you know, hence this inspiration in the background of, you know, I could be doing something else, something more, not necessarily just for you or just because of you, but it's like you are a reflection to them of how much more growth they need to do. And how up until this point, they hadn't really paid much attention to that. And that life isn't just a series of like, you know, set them up, knock them down goals and conquests. It's like, life cannot just be accomplished, life can be experienced. And life can be felt. And life can be fully lived. Like, I mean, we live our lives, we do our things, but that's very much kind of like a 3D kind of energy. So this person is looking to elevate. This person is looking to elevate. And while they're going through this, they are 2 of Swords, you know? So they're, and 2 of Swords in this relationship. And maybe you're Two of Swords too, because like the Two of Swords is in the middle of you guys, because this is what you're each bringing to the relationship, and this is the energy between you. So, you know, it looks like both of you could be kind of like, yeah, no, yeah, I don't know, we'll see. And there's something about the Two of Swords that I learned recently where typically, traditionally, the person is wearing a blindfold, right? And so they're not able to see what's going on, but yet the swords is a mind energy. So it's one of those things where you can know something without seeing it. So I feel like in your connection, there is like an understanding between one another. And this hasn't been, I don't know if it's been fully communicated yet, because the Two of Swords is also a stalemate. Like, they're usually like covering their heart, but in this instance, she's got him behind her back. So it's like she's not showing all her cards, right? And then with the Queen energy here, the Queen is very discerning. So the Queen is engaging in this behavior. She might feel like this is like, oh, you know, and I really want to communicate. There's a lot of fast moving energy, but, you know, I really need to be like discerning about that. So you're both feeling it. You're both feeling this Two of Swords energy. I think that this person here feels a lot more sure about this person here. And this person here can't fully be like sure about this person because they're not fully sure about themselves yet. And so hence down here with the outcome, there's like the Justice, the Hermit, and the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like this person is doing a lot of internal work. They're doing a lot of internal work, or they're wanting to, or they're thinking about it, you know. But the thing is, there's a story about the Hermit where the Hermit, you know, kind of leaves the village for a little while, and he goes and he climbs the mountain, or, you know, the archetypal goes and like climbs the mountain and, you know, is waiting for the guru, right? And the guru never shows up. But the guru, they're up there on that mountain long enough to where they're like, I'm the guru. I'm my own guru, right? I mean, we all have teachers. You know, there's all people, things, experiences that all teach us. But when it comes to inner knowing, who do you have to work with? You have to work with yourself. So that's what this person, I feel, is trying to master right now. And this person, like fair and balanced energy, in alignment with self and inner knowing, and continuing to work. This person continuing to work on themselves. This person continuing to work on staying in alignment with their own inner guru and being fair and balanced to the connection. So as it lays here, we don't see any kind of, I don't get the feel, like everything that I just said is where it's at. So as far as like, oh yes, you're totally going to be together, or oh no, this is doomed to end, and this is when it'll happen, blah, blah, blah. I don't think either one of you know right now. I think this person wants to work on themselves, but they got a lot of work to do. It feels like this Eight of Cups energy, it's like very strong in this side, you know? It's just like, I feel like this is a very powerful energy on this side. There's something that this person needs to let go of, and, you know, maybe we'll clarify and see. what that is, because I know curiosity likes all you cats are really curious. But I'm getting the sense that it's, I mean, and the thing is it doesn't have to be so black and white, like, oh, they're working on like leaving some sort of dynamic, internal dynamic behind, external dynamic behind, you know. I think it's, or oh, they're leaving a person behind, whatever. It's, they're just making changes, but mostly on themselves, you know, like what kind of thing. Yeah. And, you know, they're thinking about their external world also, because in the Three of Wands, there's usually a person sitting on the shores holding like a little globe. So that would indicate to me that, you know, this person is like, how can I change my world? What is gonna, like, I've been doing life this way for so long, kind of battle fatigued, even though the Nine of Wands is in here, kind of getting a little bit of a Nine of Wands energy from that Seven of Wands. The way that Seven of Wands is depicted in this deck is like very triumphant though. Like, I mean, this person has accomplished a lot of things in their life. Like, they've really done all kinds of stuff, you know. And anything that they set out to do, they typically accomplish. So, you know, that's really good energy to have behind them in this next phase of whatever it is that they're trying to walk away from, and whatever it is that they're trying to manifest and see come into fruition for themselves, because this is Wands energy. And, you know, by the time you get to the Three, you're ready to go on to the next phase, which is, you know, the next group is 4, 5, and 6. So it's kind of like the 4 is like creating stability with whatever it was that you matched up with, that came in to meet you. And over here, the Queen, it's like, I feel like she's got herself way more figured out. She's got herself way more figured out. So powerful, this card. She's just... and like, she's got this bull sitting right next to her. And so while bulls are like earth energy, Taurus, it really speaks to a groundedness that she has. And the thing, something that I just noticed, so the other aspect of the Justice card, because she has justice and communication and love, right? And in this card, this figure is holding a pomegranate, and the flesh is basically been removed from her wrist down, where she's holding the pomegranate. And pomegranates symbolically represent femininity, seeds. And so basically while she's staying very like balanced and fair, there's, you know, hey, let's get down to the bare bones of the situation here, because, you know, sitting in the Queen energy, the Queen ain't gonna be sitting around all day, right? Like, I think that there's a sense that this person that you have with, because the Ten of Cups is here, you don't want to like bail on this person, because the thing is the Queen can see, like, I bet you anything, you Cancers, if this is you, you already know. You already know that this is what's going on with this person. And you're kind of over here being like, well, I'm ready. Where are you? Like, yeah, I know. Yeah, you're growing and you're learning. And I'm really trying to be patient with that. I'm really trying to be like, fair and balanced with that. And I really want to have a conversation, you know, like, because this is really strong. Like, this is very full. And the thing is with the tens, it's like, it's the ending of the cup cycle. And will turn over again. So I get the sense that if you don't see, like, if this person, you know, who knows how long this is going to take, and we'll clarify that, but you're the queen, you know, you've done your work and you really love this person, but you're also not wanting to sit on this throne and like wait forever. Like, she's in the cold mountains, right? Like, she's powerful in this space, but it's like she ain't gonna be kicking it here all damn day, you know. She has shit to do, you know. So I see a level of patience on your part with this. Let's see, because you want to honor that in the other person, since you do have a lot of love for this person. Like, I don't get the sense that, I mean, there's a little bit of a shit or get off the pot energy over here, like, hey, like, shit or get off the pot, but it's also, regardless of what, you know, I think this queen sees that, like, okay, well, what, regardless of whatever you're working on here, releasing and inviting in, I have nothing but love for you. 10 of Cups, right? I mean, I feel like this two of Swords energy definitely belongs more to this person over here. Like, they're bringing up the 10 of Swords or 2 of Swords. I just said 10 of Swords. So yeah, 2 of Swords energy, because I think that if the 2 of Swords wasn't here, like, this person would be like all in. But I think the 2 of Swords, the way it plays out with this person on this side, is kind of like with the communication, like, do I or don't I? But the thing is that both of these people know. It's like there's something unspoken. It's kind of like the elephant in the room, or just like known but not discussed. Let's see. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and go over here. I want to see why is the 8 of Wands here? And the thing is that the 8 of Wands also emphasizes travel. So it's kind of like this queen wants to move, because this is energy of the self. This is energy of the inner fire and the drive, right? And so, you know, when you're in 8 energy, it's like, let's go, let's do this, right? And so, and I get the sense also that's like, okay, yeah, I want to be fair and balanced to you, but I also have my needs that I got to take care of as well. Like, I got shit to do. Let's see. And, you know, I mean, and some people call the 8 of Wands, the air, like, I've heard it referred to as like a bunch of like love arrows, you know? So it's like, I just got that song. I'm looking for a new love, baby. Remember, you guys, some of you guys would be like way too young to remember that song. Or even know who Jodie Watley is. But anyway, that's a throwback. Okay. All right. So why is the Eight of Wands here? 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 So what fell out was the Nine of Pentacles, right? So this is really single, like independent, very strong energy. Ooh. Aww. Okay. So this person, as we've established even earlier in the reading, it's like they're really grounded and they're powerful in themselves. They're independent. They got their shit together, you know? And whenever you are in any kind of relationship, like the Nine of Pentacles isn't just like single and alone energy. It's like, yeah, I'm single, but I'm so sure of myself that if I get into something, I'm bringing it. Like I know what I'm bringing, right? And like that is a really, really strong and powerful and like good way to show up. And like if you're looking for anybody, like that's the kind of energy you want your partner to show up in. Let's see. And then we have the Hangman in or not the Hangman in reverse, silly. Then we have the Hangman, right? And the Six of Pentacles. So what this is telling me is that while this queen wants to communicate, the Hanged Man and the Six of Pentacles, I feel really ties into this ultimate energy of being patient, being you know, fair and balanced, because the Hanged Man energy is like a surrendering to what is. And it's not necessarily waiting. Like some people could read it depending on whatever cards are around it, because it's a major arcana. You could see it as, you know, somebody who's like just hanging there and waiting. But with this Nine of Pentacles energy, it's so strong. It's like this person is so sure of themselves and they see that this person is going through this. So they're like, okay, like whenever you're ready, like I may be here, I may not be here. I want to be here for you because I got nothing but love. But like, I'm also happy with your unfolding too, you know, like you can do your unfolding, whatever. Shoot. Let me move this chair back a little bit, sorry. Okay. So they're also getting another perspective on this, right? Instead of feeling very impatient, they're very patient with this energy. And the Six of Pentacles is, you know, give and take, right? And I think that this person is aware that this person can only give so much because of this other kind of internal process going on. I think that there's a lot of sharing in this connection, though. There's a lot of sharing in this connection. Otherwise, this energy wouldn't be here. And with the equal give and take, Six of Pentacles energy, that, you know, kind of reverberates this justice energy, right? But with the Hangman being the major arcana with these, I think that this person is getting a different perspective on this connection and getting a different perspective on their own love that they bring here. Because the Ten of Cups can also be just like a familial love as well, you know? And with the Queen of Swords, it's kind of like she knows. Or she'll be like, I'm good. You know, let's see. Let's go ahead and look into the Eight of Cups energy. And in this communication, you know, the Six of Pentacles, Hangman, Nine of Pentacles, clarifying the Eight of Wands. There's a drive, there's movement. That's the other thing. This queen wants movement. She wants some movement, but she's also secure in herself. And she's being patient, and she's willing to, you know, share the tea and share her tea and receive, you know, this other person's tea. And it's cool. Look, it's the two, like in the Six of Pentacles, there's two cups, so like some Two of Cups energy. All right, let's look and see what's up with this. Okay, why is the Eight of Cups here? 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 Okay. The Magician, Strength, and the Sun. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. 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 So this person is really, I mean, that's 3 major arcana, full on. So I'm telling you, Queen of Swords, I'm telling you, this person over here is like, I get the sense of like just beginning to embark on some like major life changes. And like, they're wanting to manifest happiness in their life, okay? And I feel like the walking away piece, the walking away, I feel like they're walking away from an imbalanced way of living. Because this, with the Strength card here, and that's Leo energy. So we have Leo, Gemini, and what is the Sun? I don't know. Maybe it's also kind of it's also Leo, but anyway. Okay, so with the Strength, this person is trying to integrate their inner and outer. Like they're so, you know, we have the figure is kind of like taming this inner lion, right? And they're putting their hand in the mouth. They're basically doing something that is normally very terrifying. Like, I don't know about you, but if a lion walked up to me right now and I was told, hey, you got to put your hand in that lion's mouth. Like, what? So this person is embarking on something that is terrifying for them, but they're doing it. They are willing to do it. And what it is an integration between the id and the superego, okay? So the person, the figure in the middle, is the ego, and our ego is our sense of self. Okay. Our id is our base desires, our impulses, our inner child, even. Our super ego is kind of like the, you know, the headmaster, like the person, like the inner critic, or the inner like super egos are developed based on like Hierophant energy, but I won't go too far into that. But like, what do you need to do? Buy the book. You know, like, this is the right way to do things. This is the wrong way to do things. Like, it's kind of like a tough teacher, and you, the parts of you that are okay, the parts of you that can be overcritical, or, you know, like, this is the right way. Like, it's basically bringing into balance. The strength is bringing into balance these two aspects of yourself, the id and the superego, to create like the middle way. Okay, and this person is looking to create the middle way. They're trying to find themselves. Not all the way find. Well, yeah, they're trying to find themselves. They're trying to integrate. You know, because they know that once they do, that'll make them very happy. Like more things will be illuminated in their life. Like, yeah, more things will be illuminated in their life, and they won't have to wonder so much. And I like how over here it's like their Eight of Cups. There's like always the Eight of Cups is like under the cover of night, basically. So there's a lot of moon energy in the Eight of Cups. You know, very watery, moony, dark, shadowy, and then you move from that into the sun. So this person's on a soul journey right now, like. And something else I just noticed is like with the Eight of Cups, it's like, yeah, that's like a change in, like a letting go of old ways. Like, you know, maybe they've always just lived in their head about what to do next, and didn't really have a sense of their inner world. And I think that this person's getting like kind of waking up to like wanting to get in touch with the inner world, and not just with like the base desires, the impulses, or the inner critic. It's like a constant battle between this person's inner critic and their impulses. And it's like, okay, where do I exist in this? Because I'm kind of at the mercy of my impulses and at the mercy of my inner critic. my inner headmaster. And I like how in the Three of Wands in this card there's like a falconer, right? And they are like sending off a bird, and then there's another bird coming in, and then there's another bird coming in after that. So there's this energy of, what am I needing to release in order to let in? Let's ask that. Why is the Three of Wands here? Why is the Three of Wands here? Why is the Three of Wands here? Oh. Another major arcana. The moon. You have the moon and the sun. This is cool. Okay. Sorry guys, if I appear like I'm wincing is because I woke up, I slept wrong, and like my neck and shoulders is all kind of... Okay, so the Three of Wands, Knight of Swords, Three of Cups, and the Moon. So Knight of Swords, so like the Three of Wands is like a transitional energy. It's a gateway energy. And folks call it, waiting for your ships to come in, but you don't always have to be waiting. It's a gateway. And it looks like this person is charging forward because you have the Knight of Swords energy, right? So the Nine of Swords, it can be impulsive, say things where they like, just kind of shoot from the hip. I mean, the thing is that the Knight of Swords energy is a very healthy energy. Like all the energies are healthy energies at their very core, right? But, and the Knight of Swords energy, it's cool. It's very interesting that it showed up on this person's side because we were just talking about taming impulses. And this Knight of Swords can be very impulsive with their words. They can say shit that, later on they're like, fuck, like, why did I say that? or inversely, or, they could be like, oh, I really want to communicate such and such, right? But I'm waiting for the right time to the right sign to say what I want to say. But yet again, the Knight doesn't really wait. The Knight just goes, that's the thing. They could say things sometimes, communicate things sometimes that can come off very brash, very harsh, and they can also they can say these things without thinking about it in an effort to like take it in and be like, well, what do like and to refine it and to nuance it where the message isn't being watered down or lost, but the message needs to be communicated from the self with a fair and balanced way, to just like keep other people in mind. Like the King of Swords or the Knight of Swords does not give a shit about how his message is going to land. Okay? Because this bitch likes to say what he wants to say because that's what he's thinking at the moment, and it's very, feels very powerful inside, and he's just got to get it out. And a lot of times this can be a very angry energy. It can be a forceful energy, like an upset energy. Like maybe sometimes this person, when they communicate, when they finally open their mouth and say something about something to someone or whatever, they may have been sitting on that for a while, right? It's kind of like, like a tea kettle or that's boiling underneath, and then it finally starts whistling, and then it whistles very loudly. Okay, I talk a lot. I was thinking that I would have these reads to where like, oh, they'll be shorter because I won't be doing this other way anymore. But yeah, not so much. Okay. Three of Cups and the Moon. So on this side here, the Three of Cups, like this, I'm going to clarify this energy afterwards. because this energy feels like there's this friendship. There's a friendship. And the friendship with the Three of Cups is, you know, fun and loose and very supportive, very sweet, very close friends, you know. And depending upon the cards that are around it, could indicate, you know, just good time Charlies, people that you drink with. Or depending on what is surrounding it, could also indicate like a deeper friendship, like ride or die. And so then there's a moon. The moon is here. So when I just look at these cards, I see waiting for the right time to communicate to this friend, which is you, their inner feelings. Because with the moon, we have a very, this, and like, not just like, oh, my inner feelings. It's like, these feelings are deep. Like, these feelings run deep. And, you know, given that the moon is here, they are not fully, they're not fully, they don't really know all the way yet. You know, like in the mind, like this, there's a very felt sense underneath, and a lot of these feelings are hidden. And the night energy is a younger energy, not quite the page, but the knights kind of feel like the hot-headed teenagers of the deck, you know. Yeah, I feel like this person is like, they're trying to grow and evolve and find their happiness. Let's look over here. What's going on over here? Oops. Shit. That wanted to jump out twice, so I'm gonna leave it there. I feel like there's more to say over here. Well, that's the thing. I feel like there's more to say, but not able to come up with it. The moon, right? Right? I wonder if that's how this person is feeling. Wanting to communicate, but not sure what it is. And that's okay. Ooh. Okay. You guys don't need to be waiting forever. Sorry about that. Okay. So for the Ten of Cups energy, Cancer, there's Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Three of Pentacles. You're bringing a lot of love into this. Like, there's the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Like, There's so much loving, sweet, nurturing energy on this side, and it's so clear and it's so grounded and it's totally aligned. Like, if this is you, then you're really aligned with your loving nature, you know? And if it's your person, like, if you're more on this side and your person's on this side, this person absolutely loves you unconditionally and completely. And they want to plant a seed with you. The Ace of Pentacles, like, because this is showing up in alignment with the nature of the relationship. Like, this is what they're bringing, this is what you're bringing, or this, whichever, whatever, right? However it resonates. And this is kind of the whole story. Okay, so the Queen of Cups is here, Ace of Pentacles is here, and this is to clarify the Ten of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. So it's kind of like they want to build something with you. Or you want to build something with them, and you're bringing in a lot of grounded, loving energy, patient energy, balanced energy. And you, with this Ace of Pentacles here, it's like, yeah, well, I'll plant the seed and I will nurture it and we will grow it and we will build it together. And it's going to take a long time because Pentacles energy is, so you got the Pentacle, Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, like, but nothing but love for the process, right? For this long, like, Pentacles energy is earth energy. And so it's very, like, seeds don't grow overnight, you know? And so I get this sense of like this person, whether it be you or them, is willing to put in the work, but also willing to put in like the love and the nurturing, because what do you get? You can't just plant a seed and like set it and forget it. Like, you got to water it. It needs sun. Like, a lot of times you have to like talk to your plants, or I know I talk to my plants and like plants will be like, oh yeah, you know, it's like, that's a part of the nurturing, right? Like, giving them love and giving them like sunlight and water and, you know, all the things. So yes. So if this is you, you're really lucky. If this is you, you're one lucky person. Okay, let's see here. Okay. What's up with the Seven of Wands? What's up with the boundaries? Kind of Ace of Wands, yeah. Still figuring themselves out. Penis energy. I'll go lead with my, go get my dig on. Okay. Let's see here. Why is the Seven of Wands here? Why is the Seven of Wands here? Whoop, that's too many. Shit. Why is the Seven of Wands here? Why is the Seven of Wands here? Oh, okay, so there's so many major arcana on this person's side. So many. And that's crazy, because when we first laid it out, when we didn't put out any clarifiers, it was like, no, not a lot of major arcana. you know, and not a lot of king energy, not a lot of queen energy, just kind of like, you know, 7, 8, 3. So yeah, and 2 8s. We have 2 8s here, and one right on top of the other. Oh, and on the bottom of the deck we have the King of Wands. Okay. 8s are the number of the self. 8s are the number of the self. And so on here with the 7 of Wands, you have the Ace of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Lovers. So there's boundaries. There's boundaries because 7 of Wands can be a guarded energy, not as guarded as like the 9, but like figuring out, like, I don't know, just I gotta read more on the 7 of Wands. 6 of Wands, 8 of Wands. Anyway, sorry to edit that part out, but 7 of Wands, kind of guarded, but boundaried, but can keep it on. Don't need anybody, can do it myself. The Ace of Wands is also still figuring out the self. And there's somewhat of a posturing in this card, right? Like conquered took the hill, you know. And they do have a little familiar, little crow. Crows signify, well, no, or maybe that's raven, signify the unconscious. And typically blackbird is unconscious. So the Wheel of Fortune is like a karma card, the fuck around and find out card. It's like we make our choices and we get clearer. The Wheel of Fortune, right? For every action, there's a reaction, you know? And like in here, there's all these gears in a clock, right? Or not gears in a clock, but like gears inside of this person, and they're all kind of working together. And then you got the little heart right there. Like these gears are like connected to the heart. Like what I think this person is trying to figure, they're trying to get in touch with their heart. Yeah, because the only cups that we have on this side is the 8 of Cups, which is the card of walking away. And so, you know, it's like maybe this person, when they've experienced their emotions and experienced the way like cups have played out in their life is, you know, either them walking away or somebody else walking away. But yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is, you know, coming around. This is a karma. This person, I feel like, is working out a karmic. So the thing with karma is that it's not just like, oh, immediate like action reaction, like immediate instant karma, like that song or whatever, you know. Like, I mean, although it definitely can be seen that way, like the deeper experience of it is like lifetime after lifetime, if you subscribe or if you believe in that kind of thing. If you don't, that's okay, like whatever, like everyone believes all the things that they believe, and that's totally fine. But the like karma is like something, well, like what are you here to work out? What have you been put here for? What are you here to work out? So the Ace of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, and the Lovers. Maybe you have found that you've gone around, like there's been a cyclical nature to the relationship with this person because they, like, I don't know. They don't even, like, they know who they are in terms of their accomplishments, but they don't know who they are in terms of their feelings and their ego, like their sense of self, their character, their development, their personhood, like who they are, like and the thing is like, you know, I get it's like here with this wands energy, right? We only have 3 wands cards, and which is kind of waiting, like not waiting, but like waiting, like ankle deep. We have 1 and 3, and then we have 7. And so this is very underdeveloped energy. Who am I? What do I want to do? What's my identity? What's my drive? You know? And so this person is kind of going around and around with this. It's like, oh yeah, you know, the Lovers, like that's a union, a connection. It's also a choice. Typically, back in the olden days, the Lovers was called the choice, and it was a choice between 2 lovers. Like one person, the guy, was choosing between 2 women. Okay, let's see here. There's a lot of stuff on this side. Like, okay, this person is basically, like, I'm surprised the I'm surprised the High Priestess isn't over here, because this whole shebang feels like an invitation for this person, or maybe they haven't been invited. Maybe that's why the High Priestess hasn't shown up. But either way, whether or not we're invited on the journey of self-discovery, we're always on the fool's journey. And so we have the Magician, Strength, the Sun, the Moon, the Lovers, and the Wheel of Fortune. 6 major arcana on this side. That's a ton of energy. Manifesting, strength and integration, illumination, they're needing to illuminate who they are. And maybe this person is going to have to illuminate who they are by walking away and working on themselves. And when it comes to this connection, they are not showing their feelings to themselves, perhaps, or to Cancers. And then up here, and the Ace of Wands is like, you know, penis energy, basically. Yeah, I mean, it looks to me as though this person is still trying to figure that, like, not even still trying to, like, could be like in the midst of it or is embarking on really getting, like, finding out who they are. And in this guarded, independent energy, they've always just kind of gone around and around, repeating cycles and following their dick. And, you know, had they ever really, you know, and then there's the Lover's energy. What this could also be saying is, you know, there's lovers and the moon and the sun. It could be hidden that this is how they feel about you, or they could really just be feeling that you are their friend and that they're waiting for something better to come along, or, you know, like, and I will say this, if they're waiting for somebody better to come along, then they're going to be waiting one hell of a fucking long time, because this energy right here is beautiful, fucking beautiful, amazing. Yeah, I don't know. What's the Two of Swords about? This reading is so long. Oh. What's this Two of Swords? What's the Two of Swords about? Why is the Two of Swords here? King of Cups, Death, Eight of Pentacles. So we have the Queen over here on this side, the Queen of Cups. And I really do get the sense that this indecision, like this stalemate energy, the Two of Swords, is really like, if this, it's coming from this side, it's coming from this person who is really kind of like, so like kind of in the soup, like totally, really very much in the soup. I think this person, because we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, and we've talked a lot about how this person's work, like there's like, see, in this Eight of Pentacles, the interpretation of this one, this figure is working on something. She's an artist, but she's also holding, like basically almost embracing and looking into this butterfly, right? And butterflies always signify change in any, they just signify change. And so I think that this person is working on changing. They're like, something has to change. Like, how am I going to do that? I'm so overwhelmed. Like, I just get like a really overwhelmed energy because there's just like so much powerful life stage stuff. You know, we got 1 and 6 and oof. And so how is this person, like, this person wants to grow up. This person wants to be the King of Cups, you know, and work on trying to master something to, because a death is like in other decks it's been called transformation, but death is like irrevocable change. So like this old way of being, or maybe even this relationship, you know, but it's like then I see the King of Cups popping up here in the middle to clarify this middle thing. So I think that this person is working on like deeply transforming themselves so that they can show up as the King of Cups, whether it's in this relationship or another relationship. You know, if they think that there's something better out there for them, you know, fuck around and find out. Make your choice. Get clear on whether or not you find that, because this is like double queen energy. Anyway, so there's that piece. So I think I'm gonna leave it there, guys. This is a fucking long reading. It could go on forever. But yeah, basically what I see between you and your person is that if you're on this side of the Queen of Cups and Queen of Swords, fair and balanced, loving, nurturing, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, you're just like, I'm ready, want to build it, see it grow, and I'm going to pour all kinds of loving and nurturing into this, and also stay totally mindful of, you know, my partner and being equal give and take, wanting to be fair and balanced. There is a part of you that's really kind of growing, could possibly be growing impatient with this energy. And the Queen of Swords, she'll cut it, you know, like she's not gonna fucking sit around and wait forever. Like that's her energy. She's got stuff to do. But if you're this person and this is your person, like, I don't know. Okay, yeah. If you're this person and your partner is this person, like, you got a really cool, grounded, amazing person here that is definitely ready to invest in this. If you're not ready on this side, because there's all this kind of growth that needs to happen, you know, that's important information, and that's completely fair. That's completely fair, you know. But it's interesting. It's kind of like, because we have the King of Cups, right, and then the Queen of Cups, and so like that's a divine pairing. And did the King did not show up otherwise. The King of Swords didn't show up here. But, I mean, I don't know. Like, it would appear to me that a person like this, connected to a person like this, could probably learn a lot from a person like this. This person connected to this person, their experience over time could be like, okay, come on, like catch up. Like, I don't know, like I feel like this person has done the work. This person is just thinking about doing the work. is wanting to do the work, might not know how to do the work. You got to, actually, though, I take that back. Like, they have 2 Eight of Pentacles on this side. So, like, they're very capable of doing the work. Very capable. And I think that they are, because it's like they want to manifest, integrate, illuminate. Either way, yeah, I don't know. Like, this looks like kind of getting lost in this reading a little bit. When I look at this, I see like the communication, like the Knight of Swords, like the very impulsive communication is moving towards the Three of Cups. So it's like moving toward the friendship. Like it's like, if you're this person, think before you speak, because just think before you speak, I feel like, because this energy has a very impulsive kind of stick your foot in your mouth kind of energy. And what we're also seeing here that can be a part of that communication is that you don't fully know everything, like even in your own unconscious. Like, that's what the moon is. It's unconscious, unacknowledged feelings, and this is impulsive. So you could be communicating impulsively to your friend, you know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, Cancer. Like, I feel like you guys are on 2 different pages. Like, you are shown up. I feel like your person has a lot of work to do, or you have a lot of work to do, and it's really, really wonderful. It's looking like it's definitely rich with material, and so much, like, kind of self-discovery, you know, self-discovery here. And I feel like that this connection could eventually work out between you two. Like, what we do have here is we have a strong sense of friendship and camaraderie on this person's side, and then we have a lot of unconditional love on this side. And you know, but as far as like for you guys to get on the same page, it would appear that this person needs to work on their ego death. And and whenever we have an ego death, it's a very long and can't, it doesn't have to be super long, but it's a very intense journey. It takes self-reflection and introspection and therapy, a lot of therapy, and just really kind of, yeah, I feel like if this were to ever get to the place that this person wants it to be, like this person's ready to plant a seed and ready to grow it, and this is very much a more independent solo journey on this side, you know. However, with all the loving and nurturing and all like this like more kind of evolved, and I don't mean that to sound condescending or anything like that, but this person has just done way more work on themselves. I think that this person can be very helpful. I mean, we can do our work in the context of relationship. I mean, we're always in relationship with other people, like whether it be work, friends, family, lovers, it's a little bit trickier with lovers because that is the development of like the next primary. Like when we're little kids, our primary is our, you know, our mother, our father, whatever, you know, our guardian. That's our primary. And when we end up developing, growing up, you go through a series of trying to find another primary. If you want to match up with somebody, we're all social beings, so typically a lot of us tend to do that. Like, why do so many people watch love readings on YouTube, you know? But therein lies between the mother primary and the mother, or like primary guardian to primary lover, there's a lot of things that people trigger in one another in their primary relationship. And so that kind of work can be done in context of a romantic relationship, and it can be more like, it can be really intense, and because the stuff that's getting triggered it can be very difficult. It is very difficult, and that's why it's called an ego death. And I mean, it's never easy to like look at yourself and try to change and all of that. But I feel like this person really does, like, once they have their ego death and they're working really hard on that and like recreating themselves by integrating their higher and lower impulses, like finding the middle way, like creating a new ego, that things will be illuminated and it'll be beautiful and bright and happy and all the things once they uncover a lot of this deep buried stuff. And then they can evolve to the King of Cups. That's what is going on here. And that requires the hermit energy. Not necessarily, not isolation, but introspection. You are your own guru. And that's what it takes to engage and embark on this kind of journey of self-discovery and embracing the ego death. And with the Ace of Wands here, the Ace of Wands is like, who am I? What do I want to create? You know, I've been around and around. I've made choices. I've gotten clear on things. Or maybe I haven't totally gotten clear on things. I don't know. Like the wheel keeps turning, you know, the wheel of time, the wheel of karma keeps turning, right? Anyways, I'm gonna leave it there. It was really long. Okay. I hope that helped, Cancer. I might redo this reading. I might just do a quick and dirty. It's so hard for me to be succinct, far too thorough. Anyways, okay, bye.